WAAY 31 Sports.
The Lions of the University of North Alabama will open up the season on Thursday.
All right, it is countdown to the showdown. We at Tommy Ledbetter Stadium. I'm on the campus of Buckhorn High School.
Just a few more days and ticking until we set it off for another dynamite college football season. Here we go again. It is week 2 of Friday Night Football right here at First News WAAY 31. It's all about picking up your bags and getting ready for Chicago if you play for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. On Saturday, the folks in Normal, Alabama will be headed to the Windy City for the Chicago Classic at Soldier Field. And when we come back, we will hear from some of the Bulldog players on their thoughts of playing on the same field as some of the great names in football. Sports when I ABCU later.
Friday Night Football right here at WAAY 31. We'll get it done at 10 o'clock tonight, and we've got an exciting game. I'm here at Buckhorn High School. Last time I was out here, take a look at the videotape. They were in the playoffs, and they won a game. So now they want to win their first game of the season. They're going to be taking on Florence, and you talk about 2 schools in our area, 2 schools we want to see. Buckhorn, I tell you, I love their uniforms. I love their nickname, the Buckhorn Bucks. Game time is going to be at 7 o'clock.
Now, WAAY 31 Sports.
Back in the 70s, some people called him the second coming of Joe Namath, an Alabama quarterback drafted by the New York Jets. Today, Richard Todd loves to tell stories about his time down in Tuscaloosa with the Bear and his NFL career that he enjoyed. Tuesday night, he was on center stage at Legends Country Club as a guest of the Huntsville Quarterback Weekly Dinner. I asked Todd about Alabama and its upcoming season and that bandage above his left eye.
I went to Walmart last night and pick up some buttermilk because I made pancakes for my son this morning, and I went in there and these ladies go, yeah, she caught you, didn't she? I went, no, this is skin cancer. Sure it was, but I had a little skin cancer removed. That's why I look like the Frankenstein right here.
The Stars on a quest to get another win, and they keep their slim playoff hopes alive. And the man with a voice, Gene Stallings, was in town tonight. And when we come back, we will hear what he has to say about Alabama this year and Auburn last season. Sports is next when I ABCU later.
Now, WAAY 31 Sports.
The man who stood next to the Bear back in the 50s and 60s and was like an adopted son was in Huntsville tonight. We speak of the Hall of Famer, the legendary coach Gene Stallings. Won a national championship back in 1992. He was a keynote speaker for the Boys and Girls Club Leaders and Legends Dinner. Now, Coach had a chance to talk about the chances of Alabama winning a national championship, as well as what Auburn did last season.
First of all, the quarterback is a little unknown. So I say the bottom line is how healthy can they stay? You know, you're not near as good when you lose a couple of good players. Don't forget, they had 3 players that went in the #1 round of the draft who had eligibility this coming year. Now, if they had those 3 guys, it would be a good football team.
You know, the great thing about what has happened with the SEC has been the mere fact that it could be 6 straight national championships. Of course, that Auburn thing doesn't taste too good in your mouth, but just watching what they did last season was impressive with a young man by the name of Cam Newton.
Yeah, I was at the championship game when they played it out in Phoenix, and I was pulling for Auburn. I don't mind saying that. I want to see Auburn win the national championship. But just think the state of Alabama is national champions back-to-back, Heisman Award winners back-to-back, and they've got a chance to do it again. So I can't think of many states that have that credit brought upon the state by their state universities.
Hey, Coach, you put in Trent Richardson. I think we're talking a trifecta for the state of Alabama. Hey, folks are still talking about the shocking news that came out of Tennessee concerning Pat Summitt yesterday. The Lady Vols basketball coach revealed to the world that she has been diagnosed with memory loss, a form of dementia associated with Alzheimer's disease. The reaction all over has been one of support for a coach and a person who's a winner both on the court and off.
Resilient, fighter.
We're praying for you, Coach. Hey, look, the Stars trying to make it 2 in a row over the Birmingham Barons to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Stars looking for some divine favor or just a few good fans for some support. Bottom of the second inning, Stars would take a 1-0 lead. Zealous Wheeler was on third and Sergio Miranda singles, and Zealous makes him jealous. The Birmingham Barons. Dan Merklinger was steady. He went 6 innings. He gave up just 4 hits, striking out 6. Stars win the game 4-0. And now it's time for tonight's Ford Slam Duncan play of the day, and the little leaguers imitating the big leaguers. Case in point, the Netherlands the other day. The kid hits the home run, and then he acts like former Stars alum, Prince Fielder. You know, when you hit the home run, you do what? You explode. Boom. I think Prince is a little heavier, though. I'm Ronnie Duncan. I have no more. That's your sports. 3-1. It was fun.
The holiday season has officially kicked off, but we're not going to lie around. We're taking care of business and working overtime on the Valley's best prep high school football show. Florence Falcons fly in the new market, but to butt heads with the Bucks. East Limestone looks to come out victorious in their Trojan War and Muscle Shoals. Falkville hopes to avoid being snake-bitten by those Tanner Rattlers. And the Boaz Pirates try to force the Tigers of Madison County to walk the plank. All this and more is steaming down the track straight at ya. Jump on board the 31 Sports Friday Night Football Express. Come along for the ride.
Welcome to WAAY 31 First News Friday Night Football, brought to you by Zaxby's. Now here's your host, Ronnie Slam Duncan.
Love the music from my favorite group. They call themselves Roadkill. Here we go again. It is week 2 of Friday Night Football right here at First News WAAY 31. We've got a lot of games to talk about, but we don't have a lot of time, so let's get right to it. But real quick, before the highlights, check out the ticker. The bottom of the screen. If you don't see your team score, that means you need to call it in. 539-3131. Post it up on Facebook. Hit us on Twitter. You know it, Facebook/31 News. All right, it's that time that we talk about. I'm talking high school football. First, we go to New Market tonight. The Bucks, man, big game number 1. They know how to rebound. At least they thought they did, but take a look at that kid. Number 72, Matthew Gilbert, 2'10", 5'9". Logan Taylor with the no pass to Kavon Coleman. Kavon Coleman doesn't play for your team. Number 11, he comes up with a yes interception. I'm all over it. Still, the Buck fans, man, they had the spirit. However, more of that same defense. And this time, it's more than what you thought. Beniquez Brown goes 33 yards, and it's 6-zip Florence. They had a 20-0 lead at the half, and they won it 34-6. Remaining undefeated, Buckhorn is now 0-2. Moving on, the Golden Eagles of Athens flew into Huntsville to take on Johnson, and Johnson was undefeated. Need I say any more? Shantaz Haslick, man, won the sack. And then watch the offense, pulling off the screen pass. Adam Harvey, Calvin Tolliver, and man, he takes you out. He almost took me out. 27-0 at the half. You know, Harvey isn't just the quarterback. He is the field goal kicker as well. Final was Athens winning it 41-24. Next up is the Lee Generals taking on Columbia. Time to talk up another big play for the Lee Generals. Jeremy Hines to Tony Dykes, and it's 21-0 in the second quarter. A lot to cheer about. The Lee cheerleaders say, hey, we are 2-0 on the season. Lee wins 35-6. Now let's head to Marshall County. I'm talking Gunnersville hosting Crossville, and yeah, the Wildcats win another one for the visitors, cooking up something at least. Gunnersville, Ron Falk getting it done. Man on the ground. Fancy footwork, number 19. Come on to me, boy. Wildcats quarterback Clayton Daniels, man, he keeps it. He goes around the left-hand side, and watch Falk. Whew, man. Now, you talk about Superman, Clark Kent. Oh, no, I think he's like Mr. Falk. Watch him dive into the end zone. 28-0, just like that. Gunnersville wins big, 49-0.
Now, WAAY 31 Sports.
This Saturday, the Alabama A&M Bulldogs will be in Chicago for the start of the college football season. All the work the Bulldogs have put in preparation for their game with MEAC powerhouse Hampton will be on full display at the historic Soldier Field in Chicago. It's going to be amazing to play on the same field as some of football's biggest and greatest names like George Halas, Gale Sayers, and Walter Payton.
I've been to Chicago, but I never played on Soldier Field. I mean, a lot of great players came through, and I'm just ready to put on a show for Chicago.
The SWAC is not making the grade in the classroom. The Southwestern Athletic Conference schools have been crippled with some of the league's most popular revenue-generating programs. Heading into the football season, Jackson State, Southern, and Grambling have received postseason bans for either football or men's basketball for failing to meet the NCAA academic progress rate standards. Those are the requirements, folks. The APR is the NCAA's gauge for academic performance and awarding points for eligibility and retention. Now it's time for tonight's Taco Bell Slam Dunkin' Play of the Day. Over the weekend, did you see the beatdown in the UFC? Shogun Rua on the ground and pound of Forrest Griffin. UFC 134. I'm so glad my mother didn't name me Forrest Griffin. My name is Ronnie Duncan, and I'm about to pound my way out of this sportscast.